There are some great bargains available in older Florida manufactured homes, but will they provide the comfort, safety, and value you seek in your future home? It's hard to imagine, until you visit them, that homes in these price ranges can fulfill your retirement dream. These homes are built to a stringent building code established by the Department of Housing and Urban Development. This is commonly referred to as the HUD code and was implemented in 1976. I spent 6 years on a committee that advised HUD on changes and additions to this code, and I can assure you, these homes are built to very high standards. In fact, most of these homes have been lovingly cared for and upgraded since they were bought. That's what I want to talk about today. One other consideration is the availability and cost of insurance. We'll touch on that as well. So let's dig in. Can a manufactured home community in Florida make your retirement dream come true? I'm Russ Watson. Join me as I share over a decade of experience helping folks who are living in or looking at this active lifestyle. Welcome to episode 4 of the Florida Manufactured Home Living Podcast. In this episode, we will discuss manufactured homes 20 years or older and what you might or might not find acceptable. Over 643,000 manufactured housing unit sections were built to the original HUD code between the middle of 1976 and the middle of 1994. In 94, in response to damage caused by Hurricane Andrew, the HUD code was updated significantly to improve performance in high winds. Between 1994 and 2004, 169,000 manufactured homes were delivered in Florida. Thus, a very large part of our manufactured home stock, well over 800,000 homes, are 20 years or older. Some communities go back all the way to the late 50s and 60s and may contain both mobile and manufactured homes. But most modern era resort communities were built between 1980 and well into the 1990s. So if you're looking for a home in one of these communities, the odds are that many, if not all, of your choices of homes available in a given area will be those over 20 years old. In fact, this is even more prevalent in resident-owned communities. Most of these parks filled out fully in that time frame, and all the homes for sale will be of that vintage. Will a home over 20 years old fulfill your dream and meet your needs? I think that depends. If a new home or an almost new home with very little wear and tear is what's in your mind's eye, then older homes are likely to disappoint. If your plan is to duplicate the large and well-appointed home up north in a Florida park, then a brand new manufactured home can fulfill those wishes at prices well below site-built homes of similar quality and size. But quite frankly, I think most homes 20 years or older will disappoint you. On the other hand, if you are looking to downsize to a comfortable and manageable home that has all the necessities for the simpler life we tend to lead in these communities, then older homes will fill the bill nicely. If you look at enough older homes, you start to realize they fall into 4 basic categories. First is a fixer-upper. This is usually a home that has been neglected or storm damaged and is in need of major and minor work. These can sometimes be bought for a song. If you're a handy person, these can be a huge bargain. One benefit to this approach is that the home will be built the way you want and often with far superior materials than were used in the original. Alternatively, you can put in contractor grade stuff and flip the home, allowing you to move on to something larger or newer. The second type of home I usually see results from residents who have lived there throughout their retirement and either move back home or pass away. These homes have been occupied for 15 to 30 years by the same folks. In the early years, they likely saw a lot of maintenance and care, but as the residents got much older, they mostly see simple housekeeping. These won't require nearly as much as what I would call a fixer-upper, but often things like window glazing, screens, exterior siding, and appliances may need attention. Some important things to look at are the age of the roof, the age of the air conditioning system, the siding on the home and its condition, and windows, as these are all major cost items. The third type of older home I see is one that has been maintained or restored to reasonably good condition. In this type of home, you will usually see a roof that is under 10 years old, a relatively new air conditioning system, more modern appliances, and an overall tidy appearance. This is a home that is about as good as it was when it was new. The last type of older home I see is one that has been fully remodeled. This can represent a major bargain. It is not uncommon these days to find granite countertops, walls where all the strips have been removed, sheetrock taped, and the interior appearance modernized, crown molding, vinyl wooden plank flooring, carpeting will be gone. Windows are often upgraded to impact glass and have modern styles with new screens. The roof may have been replaced with a metal one, and additional insulation added. Screen porches are often fully enclosed and perhaps even insulated. Kitchen appliances will be almost new. I doubt anyone buys a home without thinking they will do some remodeling, repainting, and general work to bring it up to spec. But when you're looking at older homes, you need to look much closer to determine just how much of that may be necessary. While not exactly a discussion of old versus new, I want to throw out a pitch for single wide over double wide in some circumstances. In my opinion, the single wide manufactured home gets a bad rap as nothing more than a trailer. Both single wide and double wide homes are built to the same specification. So the question really is, do you need all that room? If you are snowbirding and only spending 4 to 5 months a year in Florida, a single wide may be an ideal solution. The cost of the home will be less. In land lease parks, lot rent may be much lower. They are often found in RV parks for an even lower lot rent. I have also met folks who want to truly downsize, getting rid of clutter and anything they don't need to live comfortably in a tropical resort. I think many people buy big homes just because they got all that junk up north that they've got to put somewhere. And there it sits for year after year, unused and unneeded. Okay, that's my pitch for at least taking a look at a single wide if you don't need the square footage. Speaking of size, most older homes are smaller than those being built today. Single wide homes will run from 600 to 900 square feet, and most double wides built in this time frame will be 800 to 1100 square feet. It does seem like you see more larger homes in the post-94 construction era, and by 2004 you start to see 1200 to 1500 square feet as more the norm. Let's break it down further by looking at the various areas of the home. Bedrooms in these older homes can be small compared to conventional homes. A common issue is the furniture you have up north is simply too large for these homes. And this is something to consider if you're looking to move down full time and bring your furniture with you. Master bedrooms are usually big enough for a queen size bed, but will be cramped with a king size. Second bedrooms will be cramped with a queen size and are more suitable for a double. Many folks overcome this by using a pull-out sofa in queen size that normally takes up much less room in the spare bedroom. Bathrooms in older homes will be smaller, but it seems that master baths, even in homes built in the 80s, are larger than you might expect. The standard layout in a two-bath home is one bathroom with a walk-in shower, while the other will have a tub. Dual vanities are usually found in the master bath. Floor plans tend to be of two types. Either there is a bedroom on either end of the house with the living quarters in the middle, or both bedrooms are on one end of the house with the living quarters on the other, and usually the kitchen in the middle. Homes with the living quarters on one end tend to be more open concept, and that living area is often augmented with a porch on the end of the home, adding to the overall entertainment space. Homes with living quarters on both ends tend to have the screen porch on the side. Early homes were often divided into individual rooms off a corridor, leading to a cramped feeling. Later homes overcame this with open concept living spaces where the kitchen, dining, and family or living areas were all open. Kitchens are where you'll likely feel the age of the home most. Original kitchens were basic with basic appliances. It is still common to find homes with conventional stoves and ovens that date back to original installation. Cabinets are often repainted, but may be quite old. Storage space throughout these older homes is limited. While a storeroom at the end of the carport is common, that's not the same as all the closets and cabinets you were used to up north. So this leads us to our ultimate question: can you be happy with an older home? If your goal is to declutter and downsize, these will certainly help you do that as storage is limited. My first home was built in 1986 and was around 900 square feet. As snowbirds, we found it quite large. The smaller kitchen was only being used 4 to 5 months a year, and we did most of the family entertaining up north. But when we contemplated moving full-time, it became clear we needed more space to accommodate our hobbies and interests. My second home was built in 1994 at about 1,900 square feet. This home was actually so spacious that instead of decluttering and downsizing, we spent a couple years accumulating more clutter. When we moved to my third home, which was a little smaller, I needed a storeroom just to hold all that excess junk we had accumulated. Full disclosure, 5 years later, and I haven't used a whole lot of that stuff in the storeroom, and I'm in the process of getting rid of all that junk and decluttering my current home down to the things that I actually use and need. Older homes are certainly less expensive, but you really need to look at how much upgrade and repair they will need. That is why a recently remodeled home tends to be such a great bargain. All the major work is usually done, but the age of the home still keeps the price down. When I talk to folks in my community, most of them had their years in large, fancy homes and have moved on to enjoying a simpler lifestyle and are putting less emphasis on how fancy or how large their home is. That said, almost every home I visit has decorating touches and interiors that reflect the owners and show great pride in ownership. So if you're ready to let go of that need for a fancy-looking home that is the envy of your neighbors and are much more interested in embracing something you can comfortably maintain and enjoy, an older home might just be for you. We have seen how older homes can be safe, comfortable, and satisfy your needs in a retirement home. Now you need to decide where to buy that home. This opens up many possibilities, but it also comes with many choices to make. Your first stop should be to join my Inner Circle, where I offer a resource guide and statewide community lists. Inner Circle membership is free, and you are welcomed with a Get Started video that lays out your options. Knowing all the options will help you target the right opportunity to fulfill your dream while avoiding choices that will not meet your needs. Just enter go-to-innercircle.com in any browser and sign up now. You will be taken to the welcome page for the Inner Circle on our website. It's pretty easy to remember, all one word, go-to-innercircle.com. There is one caveat. The age of the home will affect the availability and cost of insurance. While there is insurance available for mobile and manufactured homes of any age, you will pay a lower price and have more companies offering policies for newer homes. According to the 2018 census data, only 30% of mobile and manufactured homes in Florida were insured. That may actually be higher today as costs have risen. I know in my community, there are many who can no longer afford insurance or have chosen to self-insure. The location of the home is a much greater factor than the age. Fortunately, a large amount of the manufactured home resort community housing stock available in Florida is located inland toward the center of the state, where costs are considerably less. I'm afraid if you're looking for a home near the beach, insurance costs will be higher, although the northern part of the East Coast may still be considered affordable, as it is at a lower risk of hurricane damage. There are many ways to reduce insurance costs, and we will cover those in a future podcast. That's it for this episode. See you next time.